Stood tall with my back against the wall. 10 toes down, they expected me to fall. Didn't see a soul when I sacrificed it all. Where they at now, cause I can see it when I ball. Going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. I got dependents who depend on me to win. And on myself, so I just double up again. I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. Turn all my losses into lessons for my kids. No looking back, no turning back, I'm locked in. They used to laugh right in my face, so I up and did the race. Ran it at my own pace, now I'm up to bigger things. What I'm saying? Bigger house, bigger car, bigger jewels. You can never run a one who never tries to one up you. In my own league, let's see what it do. I do my own thing, straight G coming through. Put me in, coach, yeah, put me in the game. When it comes to epidemic, I'm LeBron James. Franchise player with a franchise name. Yeah, my name ring bells like a cow's chain. Holy moly, hot dang, look how times change. Think it's time to catch a flight and make the times change. Like go out west, moving backwards, maybe I should head out east. See the future in my hands, I bet on me. Still got work, I get to work and hit the streets. Don't lace no shoes, I strap my boots and belt my jeans. I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. I got dependents who depend on me to win. Bet on myself, so I just double up again. I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going. Stood tall with my back against the wall. 10 toes down, they expected me to fall. Didn't see a soul when I sacrificed it all. Where they at now, cause I can see it when I ball. Going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. I got dependents who depend on me to win.
All right.
I'm going in,
What's up, folks?
I'm going in. Turn all my losses into lessons for my kids.
Oh, man. I actually like this little song here.
They used to laugh right in my face, so I up and did the race.
I like this song. I'm going to have to go turn it down, though, because I got to get to work. But, yeah, this is a nice little song. I didn't even know what was happening. Okay, so let me back up a little bit because I I was trying to schedule two separate lives. One was going to be an overhead view of the work, and the other one was going to be just the regular live. But it seems like everything got a little bit wonky. So allow me to do this real quick, and let me start one just to make sure I'm on with both of them. Okay, how do I replace this? Let's replace this guy. All right, folks. Let me get started. I'm gonna have to cancel both of these here because these are not gonna happen. Delete forever. Delete forever. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm here. All right. Let me get my stuff together. Good morning, folks. Hopefully this day met you in a good mood. And if not, well, then hope you make the change, you know? You got one life to live. All right. Let me pause this here. At least that's what we I mean, yeah, you have one life to live, right? Can't seem to delete these things. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me try it again. Delete forever. Yes, I understand. Delete. Beautiful. Okay, so I have one. Okay, now. what's happening here. What I don't want to do is to have this overhead. I have an overhead showing right now. For anyone that wanted to actually see the me changing this cord overhead. So I guess before I get there, then, I had my notes. I had kind of a guideline for my notes that I wanted to do because I tend to kind of not have the structure set up, which you could tell, right? Let me get this together, and then I'll go from there. Okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and when it comes to doing a show like this, you can, I guess you can do it really structured, real neat and tight, or it can be just you're peeking in. You're opening the door to my shop for a second, and you peeked in to see what I'm doing. And if you peeked in to see what I'm doing, this is what I'll be doing. So it's as true as you can get it, with all the errors and mistakes and hiccups and dead time and all the stuff that goes along with it. It is as true as you can get it, okay? All right, so I'm going to change a cord on this one here. It looked like the end of this thing is busted. So I'm not sure if this part is streaming. So I'm going to have to cut this feed. And I may end up having to start all over again on this one. But no, this one is going to run. But I just have to stop this real quick. Yes, stop.
Awesome.
All right, let's see what we got. Monroe Vacs, I can help you. This is Wayne. Hello? Yeah. After a while, you just get tired of these. You get tired of it. All right, you know what? Scratch the overhead then. I'll have to set it up another day. I can't delay any longer. I'll set it up another day, and that's it. Hey, David. Hey, Dave, thanks for hanging in there, man. Hey, Rex. Yeah, I was trying to make some changes, and it just didn't work out the way I thought, so I'm going to end up having to do it again tomorrow. All right, and let me just edit this title here real quick, because everything just got wonky. The moment I set the camera up, my finger hit the thing and it reset everything, so you know. Well, today is Wired. We're wired on Wednesday. That's the theme of today. And I'm going to be rewiring this thing here. So that's the theme of today. David, is really staying. Hold on, give me a second. Staying connected. Staying connected. That's the theme. Stay connected. Now, if your connection is to your family, if it's staying connected to your instincts, to God, to your goals, whatever it is. One second, guys. Monroe Vacs, is that going to help you? Hi. Oh, yeah. Bring them on in. We're happy to help you. See you soon. Okay. Okay, so Shark back. All right, Dave. I got this set. Now I can get back to the main thing. Okay. All right. What's happening, Michael? Michael Thomas, what's up? All right, Rex, what's up? All right. Thanks for joining in. All right, so let's do it. Let's take this thing apart. Let's see if you can see it properly. I'm gonna have to shift this a little bit. Okay. That's what we have here. That's all right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. All right. So let's take it apart. Now, actually, David, I woke up this morning thinking about this because I was like, all right, I have to do the Shark, and I just thought about some of the things we were talking about yesterday, and I just thought about the Wired theme, staying connected, And it's funny when I'm working on these machines, it takes very little for this stuff to be disconnected. For all of a sudden, the power I was working on a Miele vacuum. No, not a Miele. I'm sorry. A backpack. Actually the one I did yesterday. So everything worked fine except the head wasn't receiving the electricity. All it received was no, actually, my apologies. It received the electricity, but the motor wasn't activated. Now, if you kind of turn the motor a little bit, it'll go for a second. All it needed was the commutator needed to be cleaned. You know, when I looked at it, and it was touching the two carbon brushes, but because it was so dirty, right? They couldn't. The electricity could not transfer. It couldn't activate it. So I got a very thin sandpaper. Because it couldn't turn on, I couldn't use the stone I normally use, the white armature stone. So I just got a very thin sandpaper and I just kind of turned it a little. As I turned it, I went and went the same direction, not this way, this way. And I just cleaned the commutator and I turned it back on and fired up. And it was really a buffer between the connection, so it can do what it had to do. That layer was causing the problem. Okay. And so I was talking to a lady. We were doing a nonprofit this morning, and she's part of a. I probably should put it in the chat for anybody who like doing good deeds and things like that. And I actually said, so what do you do to reconnect when you kind of feel a little bit? I may want to do something about this. This is too slack. This will eventually break. What do you do to reconnect when you are out of whack, or you feel like you're going crazy, you're too busy, you feel stressed out, or whatever? And it's funny. Some people, they do different things. Some people just they read, they take a day off and just clean the house. Some folks go on vacation, right? Which you could pay to disconnect. Look at this. This needs to be changed out. If this is too clogged, this can overheat your motor. This is that carbon brush I was telling you about, that thick layer that builds up on the commutator. This is what is burning off. It's throwing this stuff off and is going into your living room. And this post filter, the HEPA filter, is designed to catch all of that carbon that burns off, so it doesn't blow into your atmosphere. So when it's clogged like this, sometimes dirt finds its way through, as you can see. And if dirt finds its way through, then the motor has to blow it out somewhere. And then that's how this gets really caked up. Now, if it's too caked up, then the air will get bounced back to the motor. Then the motor will start to overheat. And then you got another problem. So it's very important to keep these things clean. So this is going to have to be replaced. Some people will bang it out, some people try to wash it. I don't recommend washing these things too much, because after a while, especially if you don't do a good job banging it out, you'll turn that caked up stuff into mud. And then it becomes impossible for the dirt. Not impossible, but you know what I mean? I'm exaggerating. But it becomes very hard for the air to pass through. So even though it looks like you cleaned it, the air is still backing up into your motor. Okay? All right. So I just had to give you that bit of a tip. Okay? So we can get into this. All right. Let's go. Let's take this apart, man. Let's find out what's going on. Now, if I remember right with these, okay, I take the screws out the bottom. Okay? Take these out the back. Take these out, this and this, and that should give me access to pull this panel so I can get access to this cord. Okay? Now, at home, people would just go to Lowe's and they would replace this. Okay? They'll just cut the tip off. Right? Where's my cutter? Don't worry about it. I got a blade. You'll just cut the tip off, right? Right? Slice it down. Expose the two wires, the white and the black, and then they'll get the little thing, the little end that lows, and do that. I don't do that. I replace the entire cord. You know, it's just reduce my insurance risk. How's that one? So people ask me to do it. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I will replace the cord for you. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, let's do that. All right. Let me take a look at what's happening there. Dave, I have to get quiet for a while to recharge. Yeah, man. That is what I like that. And when I get by myself, Dave, what I do is I honestly start working on my own stuff. I may just work on something that I'm interested in, that I have no time restraint, no time limit. I'm just tinkering. And you would think that you would want to quiet your mind down, which is you need moments like that where you just quiet down. And you know, early mornings are good for that. I'm always up pretty early, sometimes 4:30, sometimes 5 and stuff like that. And I'll take time like that. But when it's during the day, you know, it's right. I just like to be by myself, and I'm tinkering and I'm doing stuff, and I'm drawing or I'm building on something, or you know, I'll when I say building, I'm talking about little stuff like this. You know, just something to get my mind stop worrying about bills and taxes and stuff like that, ordering stuff. You know, I don't want to think about that stuff. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're using a Phillip for this guy. All right, we're using a Phillip. Let me get a basic Phillip drill bit here. These are torque. So I've been spoiled for a couple of days. I've been using the torque. So I'm just gonna go. We're gonna go back to Phillip today. The newer Sharks, they mostly have torque screws, the security ones. But we got Phillip. But it's important, man. It's important. It's important. You know, and I know why people, you know, you continue, you know, if you're a religious person and you like to, you know, you read the Bible often, and sometimes you'll go back in and you'll find something that you didn't see before. If it's, you know, if it's a book, start reading that book again. That book kind of brings you back to some motivational stuff. You guys ever heard the story of Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy? And so the way he had to sell his idea and how many rejections he got. I mean, you really have to be committed, okay? Committed to your totally tuned in and zoned in to your higher, you know, your competitive self, you know, what do you call that? Your lion self or something, you know, to continue going, okay? After 10 no's. How's that one? 10,000, they said, all right? I think I'm right. Maybe someone can look that up. I think I'm right, if I remember right. He pitched his idea for his fried chicken to 10,000. I didn't even know there was that many outlets out there around at that time. This thing is really dirty. I can't see what's in there. Let me get something to clean this out. You see like how all the dirt, that's how when it gets picked up, I can't even see the screws, you know? Yeah, man, to get that much rejection and still be, you know, not want to give up. Can you imagine the amount of, if you told people what you're doing and they find out that you've been rejected? How about this? You doubled it 20 times. You've been rejected 40 times. You've been rejected 100 times. At 100 times, would the average person say, oh man, look, I guess that's it, man. I don't think nobody want my chicken. It's like, I guess nobody want my chicken, man. Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? 100 times. Woo! How many times would it take for you to give up on that dream? You tell me. Holy cow. Man. Okay, I think these are torques. These might be torque down here. Let me see something. Let me use this T15. Yeah, this is a 15. Let me see if this is it. Feels like it. Feels like it for sure. Let's see. Look at it. You see that? Don't give up. Don't give up. Oh my gosh. It's going to make me want to give up now, right? If you see a Phillips head screw with a dot stamped on the head, it's a Japanese industrial head, right? Phillips head screw will work, but not the same. Really? I don't think I've seen that. A Phillips head screw with a dot? Huh. I don't think I've seen that one. That's interesting. Well, thanks for telling me. Because I remember the first time I ran into the security torque screw, I was just like, what the hell, man? Why isn't this working? So, now I remember that threw me off. I don't know. Let me get the back. I remember I ran into one that's a triangle. It was a triangle setup. The opening, instead of like a Phillips or a flat, it was like a triangle. That was and I didn't have a triangle thing. So what I did is I took the one. Oh my gosh, man! Look, I made it happen, David. I made it happen because hey, listen, I'm not going to be stopped, right? Because that's just the attitude, man. I'm trying to find the one I had. Let me tell you what it looked like, and I converted it. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you exactly which one it looked like. You know it, but I don't, right? So I gotta at least show it to. I don't even have it here. I don't have it here. But it looks like this. This is a Phillip. This is a Phillip, but it kind of looks like this. If you look at the tip of this, right? It looks like this. And I shaved one of the ends off with my Dremel. So the triangle, so it was like this, right? And I shaved this piece off so it made the triangle shape. Because I was like, I'm not gonna go out and buy this thing, man. How often do I run into that? And I just converted my other piece into that. Yeah, you do what you got to do, man. All right, so let me see if I remember my stuff properly here. Yep, I popped it right here. Okay, let's get my brain right. I popped it right here after I took everything off, and then I think all I have to do is just continue to pull, and everything comes right out. Make sure all my screws are out. Yep, there you go. There you go. Now we're in. We are in like Flynn. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reuse this little molded piece here. But it's not done. My disassembly is not done. I'm going to have to take out a screw out of here, if I'm not mistaken. And I think there's another one. Over here. Okay? So I think I'm going to take this screw out and this screw out. That's going to allow me to lift this up a little bit. Okay? Give me a little bit of room so I can put the new cord in and just do my work. Okay? So let's try this. Weed eaters. Okay, okay. I've worked on two weed eaters. One was for me, and the other was for a lady that insisted that I can fix her. Not even a weed eater. What was it? It was a long chainsaw that you could cut the tree leaves at the very top. You know, she's like, I know you can fix it. Fix it. It's like, I'll pay you to fix it. I know you can do it. and then when you open them up, the motors are really the same. You know, it's just a smaller version of a vacuum motor or armature. Really, it's not even the full motor. It's just the armature section of the motor. And I was like, okay, yeah, I could work on this. You know, I could work on this. Here we go. Hold on a second. Let me kind of get myself together here. Oh, yes. It's all good. Yeah, man. Hey, you know what we haven't done in a couple of days, because we've been doing all the different quotes and stuff like that. We haven't done our little success quote. All right. Let me find one all the way from the back of the book. I didn't. Okay. It says, don't work for a company led by someone of questionable character. All right. Don't work for a company led by someone with questionable character. You know, there was one thing I know I didn't want to do when I got into sales. I did not want to lie to customers. If anyone had asked me to lie to a customer, I would have went the other way. I even don't like my when I had let me see, what am I missing here? I think there's one more right here. When I took my guys out, a lot of the sales guys were telling customers that the machine came with a lifetime warranty. And in their mind, it was an easy sell, you know, because, you know, you tell people it's a lifetime warranty, it's a lot easier to sell them. Here we go. I had to yank this apart. That's why I kept trying to find that other screw, so once I could do that, then I can get access to this right here. And I was like, nah, man, don't tell them that, because what's gonna happen is that they're gonna find out that it's not a lifetime warranty, that it's a lifetime. They have a lifetime rebuilding plan, and they have a fire plan, but it's not a lifetime warranty, right? Give me 1 second, folks. All right, Monroe Vacs, I can help you. Hi. Ah, yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Really? Wow. Is that what they told you? Okay. Uh, awesome. Well, you called the right place. How's this? I'll at least give it a shot. Is that fair? Is that fair? Yeah. Well, yeah, just bring it on in when you get an opportunity, and then I'll be more than happy to take a look at it for you. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, either way, you probably have to just. I'll give you a claim check so you can leave it, and I'll get started on it for you. Okay. Alrighty. About roughly, yeah, yeah. Yeah. When you leave, you'll have a pretty good idea about what it would cost. I guess within $10-20 difference or something like that. It all depends, because you never know what. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. For brand new ones, right? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, whenever you're ready, I'll be more than happy. Okay. You, Wayne. Yes. You're welcome. Bye bye. This is what we got there, Dave. Good job. A guy was cheating on his wife. Can't build success on deception. Wow. Yes. Learned that one the hard way. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like swimwear. And they're like swimwear. I like that. I never used that one. David, I think I'm going to take that one, Dave. I'm gonna take that one. Hold on. I gotta find my thing. I'm gonna take that one. And they're like swimwear. Is this me right now? Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see. There it is. Yeah, Dave, I can actually see you, man. I can see you. Hold on. Guys, my apologies for this here. Just give me a second. I am going to get myself together. Yeah. Okay. Are you going to do your summoning ritual there, Dave? You going to do your summoning ritual? it seemed like the only time it didn't work is that she was in the sky, bro. I mean, like she was someplace else. So you would have to like defy nature and dematerialize and rematerialize someplace like that, So, but your summoning was close because she was here, but I guess she couldn't speak or she couldn't hear or something like that. I'm not sure it was, but you've been pretty good, man. You have been your track record is pretty good with your summoning ritual. Okay, so here we go. Let's continue with this, okay? So all I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to separate this holder here. I'm going to separate this holder. And folks, if you're coming here for how to, the lives are pretty much like this. We banter a little bit, we chat a little bit. We may cover something that maybe some cultural topic or something like that, because we're all grown folk here, and we watch these things happen around us, and sometimes we get amazed at how much change has occurred in this world while we're here. Would you say you have about 50 more to go, Dave? I have at least 50 more in me. So if I'm going to be around that long, hopefully, I would like to know that we're heading in the right place, that we're not getting knocked around. All right, so I'm going to break this up because I don't need this cord anymore, and I just wanted to kind of shorten how long I have to pull this off. This little section right here. All right, because I'm going to reuse this. Okay. And look how simple it is. Black and white, man. It's just black and white. Okay. Now, before you mess with this, you want to make sure that the cord that you have, either you have these ends matching prongs. If not, then you can use this. Let me get my cutter, man. I'm tired of using this. I might end up cutting myself. Let me find my wire cutter. Okay. You gotta stay tuned in, man, because you will warn yourself to stop doing something, and then you don't listen to yourself, and then you get hurt, and then you said, "Damn it, I should have listened to myself." I can't find my wire cutter. I'm gonna use this scissor, this industrial scissor. It's like every time you do that to yourself, right? Oh, God, I knew it. I should have listened to myself, and you didn't even listen to yourself. Much less listen to somebody else. Just didn't even listen to yourself. All right. So yeah. So this one I have, but this one I'm going to have to cut. All right. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to put this through here. I took this off of a Dyson because I like the Dysons. This is a complimentary thing I'm doing. I'm adding to the service on this. Not really complimentary. You're paying for the service, but if I was going to put a brand new cord, like I have one here, you know, I have a brand new cord, but I have this cord, so you know what? I'm just going to use this and give this cord. You know, this thing is having a tough time fitting in here. Let me do one at a time and see if that helps. Okay, and then get my little needle nose to pull it through if I have to. If not, I'm just going to have to cut these ends off and just put it in naked, and then it should be able to slide through a little bit better. I'll see what works best. Yeah, I'm going to have to, man, because I'm going to have a tough time putting this through there. Now, I've seen people put strings or some kind of wire, and then they put the wire through, and then they pull the thing through. There are many ways you can do stuff like this, but if you're like, I'm gonna have to cut it anyway, just cut it. But this one, I didn't want to have to cut this because I already have the nice protector on it, you know. I didn't want to have to cut this one, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. All right, fine, I'll cut them. All right, here we go. You see? No problems, all right? So let's just push, and it'll find its way through. Hey, Tom. What's happening, man? Good day, El Presidente. You're funny, man. You are funny, bro. I'm guessing that's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit over there. You know what? It's I mean, if I was in New York, it'll be pretty cold. Here, it's only cold in the morning when you first get up, and let's say if you had to run in the morning or something like that, it's cold in the morning. But by the time you reach about 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, the temperature is like at, 70 something, 80 degrees or something. And so you dress warm in the morning, and then by noon, man, you're like taking everything off, man. And that's the weather it is in South, in North Carolina. Come on, buddy. You're almost making it through. Come on. Don't give up yet. Come on, buddy. Come on. I'm trying to push this guy through here, and he's giving me a tough time. You guys I may have to pause for a second. I don't know. I could have swore I saw this lady at my son's school. Like, you remember people by the trucks they drive? That's a big truck. What do you call that? What is that? That's a Lincoln SUV, those gigantic vehicles. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Come on, buddy. Come on. I'm trying to. I don't want to have to pull that wire because it can mess up things. But look how close I am. So I'm gonna grab the fabric along with the wire and pull it. This way I can release the stress off the wire. Because what you don't want to do is pull it and then you wrinkle up the cord on the inside. So I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick. Grab the fabric and the wire and give it a yank. One more time. Pull a little closer. And there you go, buddy. You got it. Almost done. Come on, get out of here. It's almost. Okay. Now I'll just do a little bit more and then I'm good to go. But I'm going to have to take care of this lady here. Actually, you know what, guys? Give me a pause. I'm going to pause you for a second and I'm going to go help her carry this stuff in, okay? Give me a pause, guys. Just, you know what? Let me put my whole music on.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Oh man, fantastic. 2.
Yeah, I know.
I'm ready. Don't worry. 2 is fantastic. I'm good with. All right, folks, I'm back. I'm back. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for not abandoning the crew. Okay. Wait. Hey, Tom. Thank you, man. Hey, Tom, I told my wife what you said, you know. And she was just like, mm-hmm. I was like, Sam, that's a great compliment he gave me. What are you talking about? Right? She's like, mm-hmm. She didn't take it too serious. Oh my gosh. All right. I think this is pretty good. This is probably, you know what? It's probably very thick. Honestly, I may have to use the other one. Let me see if I can get more out of it. I'm good. I can get more out of it. Good. I think this is all I need. Actually, this is all I need. So let's give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna put this guy through here. It does. You guys are funny, man. But and I appreciate it all, actually. All right. Okay. Good. I didn't want to pull this too far out of whack. All right. So now, if I'm not mistaken, the way they do this, they kind of curl it around, so this way they prevent it from yanking, even if it's not quite like this. I'm gonna put the sleeve on, but that's the idea. So if you do yank, it'll pull against this stopper right here, and then your cord should be safe. Okay, let's pull this down. Let me cut some of this this thread off. So it's a bit much. It's going to be a little bunchy in here. We don't want that. Okay. All right. This little sleeve here is to help with that. Now, what I'm going to do before I do all that work, I'm going to kind of give these guys a little slicey dicey. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. Okay. And then a little bit of this guy right here. Woo! Okay. All right, got it. Excelente. All right, thank you. I think I had enough of that. Thank you very much. Okay. Dave, let me see what you got cooking there, Dave. All right, so I need to get busy here. But got doctor's appointment 2:00, right? Kind of not enough time. I know, right? You know what? I find the same way, man. There are times when, even when I'm finished with the show, by the time it's hard. I mean, the day moves so fast, bro. The day moves fast. And I'm wondering if that's why I'm still, I mean, I'm kind of conditioned to get up early. So that's part of the problem. But, you know, like I appreciate getting up early more now than I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I did it for work. My day started early, so I got up early, right? Let me get these out the way real quick. And actually, you know what? Let me connect the wiring first before I do all that. And but now, I really appreciate getting up early more now because the day moves by so fast. So there's a lot of things that I do at the home studio setup before I even get to work, just because I need to get some things done. I need the only reason I'm gonna use these, I would prefer to use these, but I want the least amount of I prefer to use these, but I want the least amount of plastic body bulk back here. So I'm gonna use these tiny guys here because I don't want to bulk it up too much. All right. Because you know, I just kind of want to leave as much. But yeah, man, I appreciate those early hours more now than before because I can actually get some things done, whether it's orders, banking, or whatever, online stuff. Because man, after the day gets started, the day is racing, man. The day is sprinting, and I'm just trying to catch up if I'm not careful. So instead of complaining about it, you know, too much, because I complain about it a little bit, only enough to motivate me to do something. I don't complain like my hope is gone, right? I complain just enough to motivate me to get on it. And so I said, man, I'm just gonna have to wake up earlier. And I was like, well, I'm already getting up earlier. I said, so let me just use that time instead of lying there staring at the ceiling or peeking at my cell phone or something. Let me actually do some work. So I do a little quick stretching. I do a little meditation. My friend told me to meditate. He says, when you just got to meditate, man, you got to meditate every day, you know? And so I try to do a little bit of that. And holy cow, did that thing break? Ay, coño, bro, that thing broke, man. Oh my God. I hate, see, weren't we talking about brittle machines yesterday? All right, so what I'm gonna do now, if that ever happens to you, just get a longer screw and fill it in. And this time, I'm gonna use this instead of the drill. Adjust, adjust, adjust. That's it. Don't even worry about it, man. Just adjust to it. I probably end up using the wrong damn screws. That's probably what I did. Let me see if I did that. Hold on. No, I use the right screws. I use the right ones. It's just that this thing was brittle, cracked and everything. So now what I'm gonna end up doing, instead of a screw this size, I'm gonna get a longer one, the same thickness though. I don't want it to be any thicker because then it'll destroy the rest of it. Let me see. Okay, so instead of this one now, I'm just gonna end up using that one. And if I'm just kind of looking at them here, yeah, these guys are the same thickness. So it's gonna be that and that. Will you look at that, huh? I tell you. All right. So now that I did that, all you have to do is put it back together, folks. It's not a miracle. There's really nothing to it. Nothing to it. You just got to do it. Because you got to get in there like swimwear. You got to get in there like swimwear. Oh, shit. Hey, I wonder if Tom got a saying that they say in England, something similar to that. You know, you got to get in there like swimwear. I think this one has to be even longer. Let me see. This one may have to be longer. I'm gonna try it out. Okay. That one seemed to work. Let's put this one here. Okay. That's good. All right, let's close it up. Let me see. Okay. Make sure everybody's sitting the way they're supposed to sit. Everybody's sitting in class properly. Okay, yep, there you go. Everybody is nice and snug like a bug in a rug. All right. Fantastic, great. All right, so let me put the first screw. Let me put the first screw down. And we got a new, we got this thing reconnected. Yeah. Nobody better rip off my jeans today. My pain meds didn't just kick in. Oh man, we were talking about bullies yesterday, right? Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to remember. I remember them doing it in school, ripping patches off the jeans and stuff like that to the kids, holding them down and ripping patches. I don't think they did it to me. I don't recall that ever happening. I only recall two scenarios in school where bullies approached me. Okay. And one was just a kid that was just really bad in school and and then I just, I didn't know any different. I wasn't told the thing that they tell kids today, because I read something online and it said, if you tell your kid to go to school, when you go to school, if someone punch them back, you're part of the problem, right? That's what I read. And I was like, I'm not going to teach my kid to be anybody's victim and anybody's punching back. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I may teach my kids how to probably try to negotiate with people, try to talk. But if that's not working, there's no country in the world that I know of, maybe Costa Rica, maybe, who if another country punched them, they're not going to punch back. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know of any self-defense class. I don't know of anyone who is mentally strong that will want to be a victim. I do know people who work out really good and they learn how to fight, and they know how to not fight specifically because they know how to fight. They know how to not fight. So that's what I was teaching. So my kid went to Taekwondo and all that stuff. They're very athletic. They're strong kids, but I'm not going to teach them to be a victim. So that's a weird space to be in. But I'm not going to tell my kid to just let somebody beat up on him, man. I mean, what kind of lesson is that to teach your kids? I know. So I get what they're saying, that they don't want the kids to be violent, but dude, my kids are not going to be anybody's victim. Okay. All right. No. So what would you have for that one, Dave? Or anyone passing through? It's like, you know, so when that bullying thing happened, like, I was just like, no. And then the bully became my friend. Just like that. He got stopped in his tracks. Okay. And I was in elementary school, man. And the next time was in, 3 times. 3 times. I was in 3 incidents. The third incident, the police came, but it wasn't my fault. You know, I was defending a smaller guy. I lent the guy my lunch card to get lunch, and the school bully took the card from him, and he came back to me. He says, "Hey Wayne, he took my lunch card." I was like, "But that's my lunch card." So I went to go get it. I was like, "Listen, man, I'm either going to be afraid of my parents or I'm going to be afraid of you. So listen, give me back my lunch card." And that turned into something else. But everything went fine. Everything turned out okay. But didn't bother me after that. So, that's a toughie. That's a toughie for a lot of people to deal with. But I don't think the answer, honestly, is to turn your kid into a victim of anybody. But maybe teaching them how to negotiate or how to speak to a teacher and stuff like that is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But definitely don't be anybody's punching bag, man. You'll never live that off. That thing will stick with you for the rest of your life. Okay? And then you'll pass it on to your kids. That's a bad mental state to be in. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, man. Especially, how's this? Even verbal bullying, right? Which is not really bullying, but people poking at you. If they know this get you, they'll throw salt on it even more. They'll keep at it because they know that they can get you. They know they can ruin your mood for the entire day. So they ruin your mood for the entire day. So when we talked about today's theme about being wired, being connected, that's what I'm talking about, man. Is that you have to be plugged in, and we teach our kids to stay plugged in to their own confidence, their own self-esteem, plugged into their culture, plugged into their faith. Stay connected, listen to the people that are actually giving you good advice. How many kids are information from the elders are being passed down to them where they're actually listening, I mean, how often is that happening anymore? So that's stay connected, family. It was crazy when I think I said it yesterday. This lady had stopped speaking to her family because her family, had voted a certain way, and I'm like, I didn't even have to guess how she voted. I already knew that there's a certain mentality that permeates through a group of people, that if you think different from them, that means you're evil and you're violent. And I'm like, you guys got to fix that, man, because that is not healthy. Because that means you really do think that everyone in the country is going to think the exact same way. How is that even possible? That's not possible. People in the family don't think the same way. People in the same house don't think the same way. So how are you going to force everyone in the country to think exactly like you? And if they don't think like you, they're evil and they're your enemy. So you disconnect from your family because they voted a certain way, not because they did something to you, not because they hurt your children, but you're gonna keep your children from because they think different from you. And she's like, "Oh, my Thanksgiving, we'll be okay." And I'm like, "Dude, lady, you did this to yourself. What are you acting like a victim for? You're not a victim in this. You did this to yourself, lady." It's like, wow, man. How do you guys live with yourself with this stuff? They think different from you. They don't see things the same way. And you just stay connected. Now, if they're not good for you, if they're robbing banks and stuff like that, I mean, what do you do, right? You don't want them. You don't want the cops coming to your house looking for the bank robber. I get that, but because they support, let's say, free trade or something, you're like, "Oh, I can't believe you support free trade." I don't want my children coming over here no more. Oh shoot, no more Thanksgiving. It's crazy people. All I can tell them. Here we go. This is looking good, man. All right, so this just needs to be cleaned and stuff like that. And let's plug it in. I mean, it's already plugged in. Let's plug. Oh, I gotta put all the screws in. Let's plug it in and make sure that it powers up. How's that? Before I get all excited and close the thing up without properly testing it. Let's do that because that was already a bad move. I shouldn't have closed all that stuff up without testing it. Where's my man? This thing has been used so much. The power part of the power button is not even visible anymore. Well, they already know where the power button is. I don't have to do nothing to that. I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, that's it. So this is done. This is finito, just about. Get this in here. Yeah, they do. People mistake kindness for weakness, and it's a shame. They do that. Have you ever heard of? I've heard this term today, and it's called. Guys, someone's coming in. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, Dave. It's called intellectual swindling.
Hey,
Man, look at this guy. I like your glasses, bro. That looks sharp.
Good. Good.
Whoa, what happened to this? How are you, man? Let's plug it in and see what's happening. What's wrong? No power?
No.
No power. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let me get.
Moment.
¿Cómo se llama? Your name?
Estoy vendiendo esta. Así como está.
Oh, you're selling?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought you wanted fix.
Yo vendo cosas porque yo recojo muchas cosas. Me gusta vender para mis gastos.
Let me see.
Todo.
Oh,
Todo.
¿cuánto?
No sé cuánto tú me ofrezcas, ofrézcame de tu corazón. Y seguimos siendo amigos, que yo te sigo trayendo cosas porque yo recojo muchas cosas en la calle buenas.
Okay, well,
Escucha.
let me tell you.
Bringing you things because I collect a lot of good things on the street.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Just enter?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I don't normally buy used vacuums, but if you want to sell this one here, I'll give you $20 for it.
Normalmente no compro aspiradoras
It's up to
usadas,
you.
pero si quieres vender esta aquí,
It's up to
te
you.
doy $20 por ella.
Everything is nuevo. Yeah, I don't buy used vacuums. How's this?
Yeah.
No. How's this? I'll do this. Let me show you what I'll
Te
do.
voy a seguir trayendo
Let
porque
me
me
show you
salen
what I'll do.
cosas
I'll show you what I do.
nuevas.
I'll show you what I do. Okay, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you, man.
I'll keep bringing you more because new things come up.
Okay, all right, maybe. We'll see. I can't promise.
Pero todo lo que tenga que ver con aspiradoras y todo esto, ¿no?
But anything to do with vacuum cleaners and all that, no.
Yeah.
I can't promise that I'll buy it, but you can always stop by. Look, I could do this much.
Okay, thank you so much.
How's that?
Thank you.
Okay?
Oh,
All right, bro. All right, I'll talk to you later.
No hay problema, bro. Dios te bendiga.
Problem, bro.
Okay. Adios, bro. All right.
Bonita, diga.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right.
Good.
Yes, sir. All right. So, everybody that comes in here, right? I said, I'm not buying. But this one, when I turned it on, I saw what it was. I said, I could use this for the show. So that's the only reason I bought it. I was like, you know what? I could use this for the show because I talk about that problem all the time. And so I give like $22 for it. And I said, I could use this for the show. It'll come back to me. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's a little funky though. That's a little funky because I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. But I'll deal with Sam is the one that will deal with me with stuff like that. Got mixed feelings about that one. Got mixed feelings about that. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what happened to that machine. I won't fix it today. I'll fix it tomorrow, but I'm gonna let you hear it, and you can determine what's going on with it. You're gonna be able to determine what's going on with it by the sound. Okay, so this guy is up and running, but it needs a thorough cleaning. It needs a little bit better cleaning than this. Okay. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna turn that vacuum on. I want you to hear it. And if you've watched this channel before, and if you have an idea, some of the stuff I run into, you'll have an idea of what's going on with this thing. Okay. All right. But then, and then I'm gonna call it because I have to get to some other things, and I'm gonna get rocking and rolling. All right, watch this. All right, so let me move this to the side. So this guy's already fixed. This guy's good to go. This guy is good to go, and I may have to put another filter in this. Don't like the way this looks. Definitely have to replace this one. This is horrible. But let me move him out the way. So I'm gonna plug this use Bissell here that I just picked up, which and I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna tell why someone got rid of this, okay? Turn it on and tell me what you see. Tell me what you hear. Okay? Oh, I know, right? Thank you, Dave. That's okay. Thank you, Dave. Let me turn this on. So the only reason that sold me on the idea that this was one of those, because a lot of the guys that Mr. Vacuum Guy, Vacuum Geek, that's probably why my brain was already marinated to think that, is because those guys pick up machines. I just watched an episode of Mr. Vacuum. What was it? Vacuum Geek. I forgot the name. Let me see if I can get my watch list. You know, that watch history. That he just picked up 2 vacuums. So mentally, I was already like, I had just watched it earlier, right? Let me see if I can. Oh my God, where is it at? 2 free. I was just watching this earlier, right? Where he was telling about 2 vacuums that he got. And I'm talking, I didn't even finish watching it. You can see my red buffer. I don't know, what's been my internet, man? Internet's been acting wonky, man. I'll be honest with you. You see that? You can see like halfway through. I'm halfway through watching this thing. So these kids, they pick up vacuums on the street and stuff like that. And that's what, so I was already there. I was a mark, if you think about it. But then I know that people would put these things out because I've seen these happen all the time. People put these things out. And when I heard the sound, I'm like, I know why someone would have gotten rid of this. I know exactly what's going on with it. I just don't know where the problem is. But if you listen to it one more time. That sound you hear is coming from this. That sound you hear is coming from this device right here. This thing right here is causing that noise. What happened to this machine? Hey.
Hey, boss man.
Hey, boss man. How you doing? What's
I
going?
need some bags for that vacuum cleaner, the CC bags. You got any?
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm talking about.
The Oric.
That old vacuum's still going.
Yeah. Let me grab that for you. Yeah. I just moved them. I had them over here. I got them.
That old vacuum cleaner's still running.
It's supposed to. They're built to keep keep running. You know.
Huh?
I said they were built for that. Here we go.
That must be a pretty good vacuum cleaner then.
They are, but these are now these are the Okay, I have two versions of these bags. Okay.
CC.
Yeah, I got 2 versions of them. Okay. I got the. Hold on.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is the brand is really, the quality of the filters are different.
Oh.
This is basic paper filter. This is basic paper filter at this price.
Yeah.
And this one is the allergen filters.
Which one is cheaper?
That's
That's the one I want. boss
Whichever
man.
one's the cheapest, right?
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Yes, sir. No, I totally understand that. Let me see.
When you're on Social Security, that's what you have to do. Go to the
Well,
cheapest.
you guess that's right. You budget tight, right?
That's it.
That's it. You do what you have to do. Let me see here. Okay.
That lasts a long time, about 8 bags.
Yeah, you get 8 in that
That lasted me a couple of years.
one. Well, yeah. How often were you replacing them though?
I hadn't ever replaced that one yet.
You
gave me one extra one,
Right,
when I
right.
bought it. So I used that one up and then I put the extra one in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that worked out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
far, it's about full of it.
Well, I'm glad you came back, man.
Yeah.
Okay, let me charge here, and you're gonna use, let's see, is this thing plugged in? Hold on a second here. And I may have to, let me see if it'll. Let me hook, 1 second.
It working?
No, this,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
it's my little, let me get out of here first.
I think we called them all.
Let me get out of here first, let me go back in. If you see the light shines up, that means it's loading. All right, sweet, okay. Let me find that back here one more time, and then we're good to go. Come on, there we go. There we go, Oric. Bag. $2 off. And there you go. That light's on. Just hover. Hey, sweet.
There we go.
Yes, sir. Well, man, don't you worry about it.
You gonna knock them all
I
out?
know. They're all gonna go on the floor, right? By the time you notice it.
Trying hard.
I'm trying to hold it together. But good seeing you again.
Yeah, I
All
get
right.
that. I
Yeah.
might need something else.
Yeah.
Again, my cord's still working all right for the other one.
Yeah.
I'll be back sometime.
Yes, sir. Take
You have a
care.
good boat, man.
You too, man. You too.
All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm already seeing what's wrong. I see, because if somebody's using this and they get that sound, were you able to figure out what you think is wrong with it? The rubbish bin. Do you have an idea what's wrong with it, Dave? Tell me what you think. You know what? Let me reload my page here. I don't know what's with my page. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on with it, okay? I think this thing is clogged. This has it also. Let me see. It has it right here. You see this what it looks like speakers? This shark, it's located right here. It's an analog kind of a what do you call that? It's a spring. It's a spring. When the motor, when there's the air, let's say the air is finding a path, and it gets stopped somewhere. Now the motor is still trying to pull, right? So the vacuum intensifies in the motor chamber, and then it starts pulling at the spring, like that. Remember that suction test we did the other day? So the way I do this, if anybody is here that has something similar to this and they're watching, the way I do this is I start at the base. So what I do when I'm checking suction, I'll turn the unit on, right? And then I want to feel the base suction, right? So you go back to the beginning of the problem, right? So what is it supposed to be doing? The vacuum is supposed to be vacuuming, okay? So what's the base of the vacuuming happening? The base of it is happening right here. So I'm turning it on. Can I plug it in? Plug it in. Right? Turn it on. You don't hear that sound. Okay, you don't hear the sound, right? Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do, okay, is I want to go right here. Okay? Because I know that the suction is here. If the suction travels through this is the first thing it's going to encounter, right? So I turn it on. See what happens. So if I put this on, and that's where it starts, then somewhere between this bin and the end of this hose, there's a clog. There's something clogging the suction path between that and that, right? So, okay, I can do this. I can quickly inspect this and see if this is clogged up, because sometimes they do, but they don't look that bad, right? It's, you know, it don't look bad enough for it to stop the whole machine from working. This, if the machine stopped from this little bit of dust, then something is wrong with the design of the machine, right? So I'm assuming that it's not this. Okay, for now, I'm assuming it's not this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide out this, and I'm going to get something that can roll, or something that can find its way through this. And if it doesn't reach all the way to the bottom, then I'm assuming the clog is in here. So I'm going to drop it like this and see if it drops at the bottom. It doesn't find its way out. I'm going to tilt it back around, and it comes out. My clog is in here. See that? So the next step is, how do we get the clog out? Well, if you got a broomstick, you can start there, because remember, you're at home, right? It looked like it's somewhere down here. It looks like, honestly, it looks like it's probably in this section right here. So I would do the broomstick through this part and push it to the least travel, right? The place I have to travel the least. Okay. I'm looking in. I can see something. So we could try that way first. Try a broomstick first, but be careful. What you don't want is that if it's like a toothpick or a needle of sorts, because what happens to a lot of those things, they get sucked up, and then they get lodged like halfway, like this, like on a slant. And then everything backs up behind it if it's sharp, because then you can poke a hole right through your hose. Now you have to buy a hose. So I'm going to get something long that I can push through this and see if I can get this clog out, okay? All right. Let's see what I can come up with. I didn't prepare for it, so I didn't have nothing on hand. But I have something right here nearby that's going to accomplish this, okay? So it's further down on this end, right? Let's see if it works. We're going to stick this in. And apply a little bit of force. Like I said, don't be too brutish about it, because if it's sharp, it can cut your hose, all right? There you go. That's the clog. Now, let me slide everything back. Okay. For those people who are like, you know, why repair vacuums, right? Well, if I'm not mistaken, this thing here runs for roughly about 2790. Let me look it up. I'll look it up, and I'll share the data. You know what? I have my tablet right here, so let me use this tablet, and I'll share it with you this way. Okay. Hold on. Oh, come on. I hate that. Oh, it's stuck in this mode. I don't know what it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Bissell Vac 2790. Monroe Vacuums, I can help you. I know it's not one of you guys. This is a call and not saying nothing. Where you want to go, Target or Bissell? Let's go to Target. Okay. So Target for this unit here. $279. Got it? So what? You got a tiny clog, you got upset. Some people toss it. You'd be surprised. I see it all the time, especially when you're driving through some of the middle class neighborhoods. They'll just put they'll put it out. They don't care. It's like, and you should care. Okay, you should care. You should care. It's that one, you don't want to toss a whole bunch of this stuff away. Not if you don't have to. But two, it's just like, no, we're good stewards of money. Let's not just waste money. You get it fixed. And sometimes the fix is something simple like what I just did. Okay, that's it. All right. When my shop vac turns over, makes the same noise. Yeah, I got a big ball in the valve. That's exactly. Hey, guitar man, what's happening, bro? That's exactly what happens. That's what the floaters are for. That's what the floaters are for, right? The floater, let's say you had water in your shop vac, and that ball, it pushes the ball up towards the motor, and this way it cuts off the motor, and the suction shuts down, so that water don't get sucked into your motor. Now, I have a question I wanted to answer on the air. Someone had a question for me before I go, and I'm gonna see if I can best answer it. But guess what? It ties into what we were just talking about, man. It's funny how these things work. Hey, guitar man, how's it going, man? We haven't heard from you in a day or so. It's been a while. Let me see if I can find my let me see if I can find my questions, and I can share with you guys the question. I figured it's best to do it this way instead of turning the camera to the TV. I can just get my pad, and I can tune you into what the questions I'm answering real quick. Okay. Let's see what I got. Give me a second. Give me a little second here. Give me a tiny second here. Let me get to the studio. Can I get to the studio? Where are my videos at? No, where are my comments? I gotta download the studio app. That's what it is. They won't let me do it through here. They won't let me do it. No, view channel. Let me see. View channel. Where are my comments? Comenta. Where's my comments? Home, short, live, podcast. No, I gotta get the studio app. They won't let me do it this way. Give me a second, guys. Do I have the studio app on this one? I do have the studio app on this one. Look at that. All right. See that? And why do they? I don't know if they probably don't make it available properly for this. Okay, ahoy. That's what this person said. This is from TD Sharper. TD Sharper. Okay, this is 13 hours ago. He says, oh, I have a Bissell Crossway Pro, the purple one, not the green one. The motor is, as I suspected, in the compartment just above the nasty water tank. Yes, it is. It's easy to get to. Is it easy to get to? Here's why I ask. I've had mine for 10 years now. I deep clean rigorously, but for a few months ago, It wasn't working well. I bought replacement brushes and filters and hope I can eke it out along for a few more years. But now it's sputtering. Okay, there are water bubbles popping out of the motor compartment. There's a tiny spurt from the suction compartment. Let me see here. And when I stop the machine, the water will spill onto the floor when the suction is lost. The motor is plugged with junk, maybe, you know. Is it something I can repair? I'm mechanically gifted, and I have no problem opening up the compartment if needed, possibly, and giving it a thorough cleaning. I'm gonna tell you this, TD Sharper, and let me make a note. Let me make a note to TD Sharper. What time is it right now? At 1:30. Okay. I'll make a note, and I'll tell him to look at the 1:30 section of the video. If water's in your motor like that, there's no the cleaning is not going to do it. What I mean is, just let it dry out, right? Your motor is already on its way out. If it already went that far, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. Your filter is failing, so you need to change that filter. Number one, you need to change the filter, okay? And number two, you're probably pulling up too much water at a time. You have to go to the fill line. I know that it's natural for us to want to fill the entire tank. So what happened with like David was saying, like David was saying, when his shop vac tilts over, the floater, it goes to the motor, it goes to that motor, and the motor's cutting it off, right? So let me see if there's a stopper in the what you call, yes, there is a stopper. The Crosswaves have a stopper. The Crosswaves has a floater. Let me see something. Okay, so this is a Crosswave tank. A dirty tank, but it's a Crosswave tank. When the filter is the problem, okay? If your suction is bad on the Crosswave, the filter is the problem. If the water is getting into your motor, okay, you have two things that could be going on, but still the filter is still the issue, okay? Because the water shouldn't go past the filter and go into your motor, okay? So either, and I want to show you where the fill line is on this thing. The fill line is at the bottom of this damn thing. The fill line is down here. You have all of this tank, okay? But your fill line is right here. And the way we think as humans, we're thinking, well, I have all this tank, so let me let the damn thing fill all the way up, right? And if you're kind of like a very abrupt, kind of vigorous cleaner, like, you know, like, then the water is going to be like this, splash, 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 splash. Eventually, the water will get soaked up into your motor. So I would say just let it dry. Don't do nothing to it. Let it dry out. Because I've opened the motor compartment, man. You're not going to have fun with it. Honestly, I don't want to discourage you. I'm just telling you that I would hate for you to go through all of that. And the real problem is actually either the way you're using the machine or the fact that your filter needs to be replaced. Because it will happen again, even if you bought a brand new Crosswave. Okay? So number one, fill it only up to the fill line. Let me assume that that's what you're already doing. But then use it slower, no splashes, okay? And replace these things twice a year, this filter, okay? And that's pretty much what my advice. Sorry, I couldn't give you no more than that. Because if you open that motor up, man, you know, go for it. But you're not gonna have fun, man. That machine was not designed for you to replace that motor. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, okay. But you can get in there. Just know that you can open it up. You can go all the way in. You can mess around. You can put a new motor in. You can do all that good stuff. It's not a blast, but I would hate for you to do that and it didn't solve your problem. So just let it dry out, because any damage is done. Okay, and then get a new filter and then just watch how far you fill it up. And I think that should wrap it up with that. Okay, I hope that I hope that helps. He's like, man, dude, you didn't help me any, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the fill line is like, the fill line, I mean, they all do it though, man. I mean, look, let me show you one that's really ridiculous, okay? And if I can hide the company, because I do business with them, I'll hide the company, but this one is also very ridiculous. And I'm going to show you. Now you can be like a daredevil person and you can eliminate the floater, but you're gonna have to be very careful, right? So, there's a lot of people who don't really want to have to. I have the tank in my hand, right? And I'm gonna try to hide the name, but you're gonna guess who it is. There's a lot of guys who do want to. I'm one of those people, right? Because one, I know what I'm doing with the machine, and I've seen the damage already, so I know what to avoid, but this is too small of a fill line, in my opinion, with this much tank. You see what I'm saying? So instinctively, we're thinking we need to fill the whole shit up. Excuse me, right? But then you fill it up to here, and you got to dump it again. So I can see why people don't pay attention to that, right? I totally get it. Why people are like, man, I'm just going to keep shampooing until I can get all this water up. I can see why people do that, because if they follow this, they're going to be going back and forth outside. If they dump it outside or dump it in the commode or whatever, they're going to be going back and forth a couple of times during that one shampoo when you have all of this tank to work with. It's a suggestion. You're right, Dave. It's a suggestion. It's like, hey, yeah, just fill it. You should only go to that line. But I've seen, I remove the floaters on some of the machines I use. I remove the floaters because the floater is going to cut off your suction. And but then if you're gonna do it, you just have to be very slow, and I'm used to shampooing slow because I used to shampoo with a Kirby all the time, and you would shampoo slow to let the foam spread and give it time to extract, because the Kirby is not using suction to extract the dirt, the moisture from the carpet. The shampoo is actually using the brush to extract the moisture. And because it's not throwing down water, it's throwing down foam, the brush can easily extract the foam. So I have to go slow to let it scrub and let the foam work in and let it remove the stain. So I'm not doing this, But if you're used to vacuuming, like that's how you vacuum, then people are going to think they can shampoo the same way. And you really need to shampoo like this, and just kind of slowly come back. And that's the motion that you should be shampooing that carpet. Okay. But it feels like it's taking forever. Okay. But if you want to get the most of it, that's what I would recommend. Okay. So I hope that this person here, TD Sharper, I hope that I was able to help you with this. I'm going to share the link to this video so they can watch that explanation. Hopefully it helps. All righty. All right. All right. Let me see. Okay. The more you take, the more you leave behind, Dave. Guitar jams. Can you guys figure this one out? Maybe I can type it into the to the thing. So this riddle is the more you take, the more you leave behind. All right? Let me put it so you can read it. Hold on. The more you take, golly, where's my mouse? The more you take, the more you leave behind. My mouse is not behaving today. Here it is. Today's riddle. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Boom. What am I? Kind of like Anarchy Cookbook. Heat oven to 360 degrees and do whatever you want. Hey, Dave, that's exactly how I do it, man. I go between 350 and 400. Depends on if I'm doing something that I know can take the heat. But I'll do 350 and I'll just I'm like, it can stay in for about 45 minutes, or it can stay in for about an hour and 20 minutes. I just kind of, you just kind of, you just kind of wing it. But yeah, see if you can get this one. You said crumbs. Nah. 350 is pretty standard. Fair enough. Yeah. I do between 350. I've never done 385, 390, 375. It's either 350 for me, 350, 400. It all depends on what I'm putting in there. Time. No, I don't think you leave time behind, but I'm gonna give you guys one more guess on that one. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? How's this? They. Well, not three. I'm just saying. I don't know why I did three. What are they? How's that one? The more you take, the more you leave behind. I know. Where is she, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you. All right, here you go. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but I'm gonna give you the answer. But I don't know if that's the right way to put it. But I think you'll get the drift. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Because you leave the prints behind, right? Not the steps. But the more steps you take, you leave the prints behind. Ah! Was that cool? That was the one. Oh man. Okay, I had one. I think Dave guessed this one really good the other day. I think this is the one he guessed. But Guitar Jams, I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna see if you can get this, and that'll be my last riddle for the day. Here's this one. Ready? So you see a boat filled with people, right? There's a boat filled with people, right? So it hasn't sunk yet, right? Or yet, it hasn't sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on board. Why is that? A boat filled with people hasn't sunk, but when you look again, there isn't a single person on board. Why is that? I think I like that one too. The ghost ship. That's cool, man. I like where your mind go. My mind go there too. All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. What's the opposite of single? What's the opposite of single? Dude. Oh, Dave said, listen, okay, how's this? Because Brienne said she couldn't see the chat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put your answer so the screen, so she can actually see the chat in the screen, because what they're doing, they're not allowing the chat to be left behind. So let me see if I can pull this up. Right? Hold on. Let me lower the volume so it doesn't. Okay, let me pull this up. Let me put it up. So Brienne, if you come back, look at Dave's answer. Dave's answer is right here. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll get it real close. That's shoot. Is that oh my God. That's it, Brienne. So if you come to see and this is what you see, that Dave. Dave also said that you're wrong about where. Oh God, I don't want to give it away. He said you're wrong about everything. The answer means that you're wrong about everything. No, the answer means that, oh my gosh, how do I put it without giving it away? Hey, guitar, man. Trust me, guitar. I'm not gonna give it to you. You're gonna have to figure this one out. So the answer is you're no longer married, and you're wrong about everything now. Oh my gosh. Hey, guitar, I really want to give you the answer to this one. I really do. I really do. But I know exactly what Dave is talking about. That's why. So what do me and Dave have in common? That I can only assume possibly that you are not involved in. For you not to intimately know this answer. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So the question to the riddle, if someone is passing through here and they just happen to see this segment, let me give the riddle again. So you see a boat filled with people. It hasn't sunk, but when you look again, you don't see a single person on board. Why is that? And Dave said, the hint is you're no longer happy. You're wrong about everything now. And something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to give it to you. I can't hold it out any longer. It's because they're all married. All right, guys. That being said, make sure you like the video, please. Subscribe. Yes. But Dave's hints, man, this guy is clever. Those are some good hints. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you come back for more. We appreciate all of you. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, man. If you guys weren't here, I would have been, I think Tom would have came and hang with me for a few minutes. And I realized it's a different time zone by him. So what time is it in England? if it's 10 o'clock, it's at 12 o'clock to now. Let me see. Can I ask this question? If I'm in North Carolina, 12:10, what time is it in England right now? I don't know the time differences in a lot of these countries, so it is what? Oh no, it's not that bad. It's like, oh, it's 5 a.m. Wait. No, it's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. in the evening. It's 5 p.m. in the evening. All right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Guitar is telling us he's single without knowing he's single. Yeah. It's because he'll know. And look, it's crazy about it. That's the joy of it at the same time, right? Is that the guys know, right? So we talk to each other. It's like the girls talk to each other, right? They talk to each other about this thing. It's ages long. It is as old as time itself, in other words, almost. And the differences between us hasn't changed. As much as people want to claim it hasn't changed. When we come together, these two energies come together, right? It's the same thing everywhere around the world, bro. The only difference would be maybe someone's culture teach them this way or something like that. But really, so maybe the person suppress their inclinations, right? The disagreeableness or whatever it is. But trust me, by and large, we battle the same stuff, you know. As that's what makes it work also. So I'm not knocking the institution because I'm married, but it's you realize that then you realize the grass isn't really greener. People think the grass is greener. It's like, no, you're dealing with the same exact thing. It's just maybe the culture is different, the behavior mannerisms might be different, but it's the same thing. Same thing. We deal with the same thing. So I'm like, well, all right, let's ride it out into the sunset, baby. Oh my gosh. I love that one, man. That one is so cool. That one, I wish I could just find it, like I could just search for it and find that video so Guitar Jams would understand the sentiment that we're talking about. Let me see if I can find that damn thing. And I'm here. Listen, you guys are keeping me on air, man. I was saying I was gonna go, and I'm still here, right? Hold on, give me a second. Let me see something. I swear, Dave, I would probably have a blast chilling with you, bro. I swear to God. All right, here we go. Let me see. How do I search for this? Okay, hold on. Wave kit to. Oh, here it is. I found it. Guitar Jams. I found it. All right. Watch this. This will give you the essence of what we're talking about. Okay, you ready? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I got to back it up. It moved too fast. He moved too fast. Okay. Let me see if you can see it properly. Okay, hold on. All right, and go. Is it playing? Is it playing? Nope. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's doing it. Oh my gosh. Let me do it again. I messed this thing up, man. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me do it again. Let me just let it play through. So look what he did. So first, what he did was she saw him pick up the potato, the tomato, and then she just assumed that he's wrong, right? And watch what he does next. Okay, watch. Is it going? Oh my God, it's not playing. Let me. Oh my gosh. So if it's his idea, it's not good. I love this guy. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I'll see you guys later. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. You guys stay cool. Stay positive. Stay warm. Oh man. I'm trying to stop it. It's